So I want to take this back to Fantastic Four real fast. So I'm assuming that Robert Downey Jr. is going to be in this movie, and it goes back to the theory about Galactus that you stated, that the way that the Fantastic Four comes to the 616 is through time travel, and I would think that it would take Dr. Doom, Robert Downey Jr., and Pedro Pascal to come up with the idea of being able to time travel, considering the fact that Galactus devoured the planet Earth, and for them to be able to stop something like Thanos in a way, for them to stop Galactus, they would have to go to the 616. And then obviously Doomsday, I said Doomsday, Doctor Doom would betray the Fantastic Four once they get to the 616. And you get to the 616, you look at the technology advancements in 616, you get, what he usually does. He has his own hidden agenda. And then that's how we end up transitioning into, I guess, Secret Wars. How does Secret Wars, you said he's a god in Secret Wars?
Yeah, he ends up becoming a god, and then fuses all the universes together and makes them like countries. So like the worlds become like one map, and then there's certain parts of the map that are different countries. So like in the comics, you had one of the states was the Marvel zombies. Then you had a state. Then you had another state with the Old Man Logan. You had another country with I'm trying to remember. Damn, there's so much that I can't, there's so much to talk about in that comic. I mean, you even had an army of Thors in this universe as well, and Doctor Strange was the right hand man of Doctor Doom in this world. And in this world, he got rid of all the incursions, and then he got rid of Reed Richards. In this timeline, Reed Richards was supposed to be erased from the universe, and he took Sue Storm as his wife and raised Dr. Doom raised Reed Richards' kids as his own. As we already know, Dr. Doom is infatuated with Sue Storm. So Reed Richards ends up somehow escaping with Spider-Man. I believe it was Captain Marvel, and damn, who else was it? Namor and someone else. I can't remember who the other ones are. He ends up coming out, and then he ends up making it to Secret Wars. And it's pretty crazy because, I mean, like, it's pivotal because you need to have Doctor Doom and you need to have Reed Richards. And it's pretty cool to see Pedro Pascal play as Reed Richards. I'm still iffy about that, but we'll see how it goes. They need to have perfect chemistry. So it's going to be interesting how they're going to introduce. I think my theory is with the whole Avengers 5, I think they're going to finish wrapping up the Kane storyline, Kane the Conqueror storyline. And I can see Victor Von Doom coming out of nowhere and be like, oh, Kane the Conqueror is like dying. And he just comes out and he's like, well, Yank, I'll take this from you. And then like changes the whole multiverse.
So are you hinting at a possible Jonathan Majors small cameo?
I hope he comes back, but as we already know, the whole, controversy that was unraveled with him.
Yeah, but you said we're getting another. So it's to say we're getting another variant of Kang that's not Jonathan Majors, but I thought he was is that the Nexus being? Is that what you called it? Yeah,
the Nexus being. I could. And the crazy part is that Kane is supposed to be like the descendant of Reed Richards. So this is pretty interesting. So it could be anything possible. I think they're going to change that storyline and probably say he's, I don't know. My theory is that they might say that he's the descendant of Iron Man. Hence why we get Victor Von Doom. I think Victor might be a variant of Iron Man. That's just my theory on it. Anything is possible. I can see him just coming out of nowhere and like at the end of Avengers 5 and then finishes off the villain and be like, oh, well, Kane's gone. Nah, I'm the villain. And he takes, the little watch he has and then changes everything and stops the incursions and changes the world into his his idea of a perfect world. Hence why we get Secret Wars.
That's pretty freaking dope.
It kind of like reminds me, you're a big Street Fighter fan, right?
Yes.
So you remember when you played Akuma? I mean, when you had Ryu and Bison, and then Akuma would come out and just like knock out M. Bison. I can kind of see them doing that with Kane the Conqueror and Doctor Doom. Like Kane would be like, "I'm not losing," and then Doctor Doom comes out here, he's like, "Shut the hell up, done."
Remember we had that theory. We had that theory of Galactus possibly being the next big bad too, and I just kind of feel like it's an underwhelming introduction to Galactus if he's going to have such a small. Well, they couldn't kill him off in Fantastic Four. It has to be. He's gotta have devoured the planet Earth to like leave us on a big huge cliffhanger.
Facts. Like you can't do a one and done with Galactus. You can't. It's not like God was Gore the God Butcher. You can't just kill him off and say you won and then just like you never use him again. And it's like what's the point? Because Galactus is a character you gotta at least bring him like 2 to 3 movies tops. At least maybe even 4 if you want to be honest. If you want me to be honest with you, because Galactus is a big character, bro. It's like who else? Apocalypse. You just don't do one and done and then just never bring him back up again. Like he's too big of a bat. Like Thanos is like, you know how many movies we had with Thanos in it? Like Thanos was like for 10 years that 5 movies with him, and then you had 10 years of unraveling of him, and then you had Infinity War, which was one of the I liked it. I love how it was his movie. It wasn't an Avengers movie. It was a Thanos movie, and I loved it.
So again, it goes back to Fantastic Four. The cliffhanger in the movie has to be him devouring planet Earth in the Fantastic Four. Then you disappear to the 616. Oh, where are we? All 4 of the Fantastic Four and Doctor Doom. Where are we? Oh, the technology here is so advanced. Where are we at? And then it just credits. That's how Fantastic Four should end.
It'd be pretty amazing because Doctor Doom is also a character that uses magic, so it could be possible he uses a sling ring and then be able to transfer them to another universe. It could be possible. I'm just making a theory up here.
So I just feel like at this point you need to have a big draw to bring everybody back to Marvel. Not saying that this announcement today for Robert Downey Jr. is not going to do it justice, because I really think it will. But a lot of people are probably out of tune of what's been going on, because a lot of if I'm not such a big movie head, I would have checked out too. Because there's been a lot of bullshit been going on around here lately that I don't understand still to this day. But I feel like this is a great way to bring fans back and also bring in some new fans too as well.